So I've been using this phone for about
Show you my unboxing and long-term review of the LG G8s ThinQ.
so I've been using this phone for about 4 months.
So in the box, here's the phone. I'm gonna go with that in a second. You get the SIM ejector tool. Put that aside. Some books, some quick start guides. Never opened that. Under the hood, there's the silicone mask. It's a good rugged mask, but it adds a lot more size to the phone. Put that to the side. Here is the Type C USB charging cable, fast charger from LG. You get headphones. Um, Pretty decent headphones. I use them a couple of times. The sound is good. They got the volume up and down and pause button, and connection is through the 3.5mm jack. So that's basically all you get in the box. So the phone itself, aluminum frame, like here is the power up, power down, Google Assistant button. Power button is a little bit on the top side, so it's not so easy to reach. I would prefer to be here, so you need to go here. Under that is the SIM tray. The phone has dual SIM tray, dual SIM slots, and one is a hybrid one. One can be used also as a micro SD slot. So the phone itself, I was really surprised with its build. It's really durable. It's for its price. This phone feels really like flagship grade just for the design. Next up is the display. Display is glass OLED, 1080p Full HD. It's got around 400 pixels per inch. I'm gonna show you some settings. So for the display, you get home screen settings, wallpaper, you can change your font, you have new second screen, so you can remove this notch electronically in different colors and everything. Let's just leave this on for a second. You can change your app corners. Go back. Home touch buttons. You have gesture buttons and buttons only. You can change the color of the navigation bar. You can lock or hide icons and hide home touch buttons on some apps, certain apps. You get app scaling. No, that's not really important now. Display size, true view, match the screen colors to the ambient light. Screen color can be set on many different options, like auto. Auto gives you the best out of every situation. You got cinema, sports, game, photos, and web, and expert. I'm gonna leave that on auto. You got HDR video effect. I'm gonna turn it on. Comfort view, brightness, auto rotate screen, screen timer. I'm gonna put that 10 minutes now. Screensaver and mini view. Yeah, so display. As for the brightness, brightness indoor is really good, but for the outdoor, the brightness is not good enough for me, I would say. Especially on the direct sunlight, you can't really see some things, and that's a big minus for this phone. But the display in every other situations is really good. only it's also a bit reflective, like also in the sun or in some normal situations you can always see your face while on your phone or watching a video, but you get used to that. As for the platform, this phone is on Android 9 Pie with LG UX 8.0. The LG UX it's pretty much customizable. You got a lot of things you can change. I'm gonna show you some of that later. The phone is running Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. That's the last year's flagship processor. The phone did came out last year, so it had the flagship processor then. The latest one. It's also on GPU Adreno 640. So as for the memory, comes in two variants with 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage. It also both of those variants have 6 gigabytes of RAM. I would say that's a sweet spot for RAM. Some people now are saying it's 8 gigabytes, but I think 6 gigabytes is actually enough for a medium user. Of course, if you are looking to open like 50 apps at the same time, you should definitely go for more RAM. But for someone who uses their phone mediocre, for a mediocre user, 6 is just enough. It also has UFS 2.1 storage. As for the cameras, there are two at the front. Actually, one is a 8 megapixel wide selfie camera, and the other one is the 3D depth sensor used for hand ID, for face ID, for motion senses. As for hand ID, I tried using that. It's not really. For me, it's pretty useless. Like you can use your palm, put your palm at some length from the phone, but you need to put it at the right position. It can be here or it can be here. It needs to be like in some exact position to unlock the phone. Face ID is really good on this phone. It's almost like the iPhone's Face ID. Like it needs maybe a second and a half to unlock the phone with your face, and it works. It works also in low light very good because of the depth sensor. Other ways to unlock the phone are pin or pattern. Knock code, I never used that. That's basically if you have a knock code, you can on your screen off, you can just go in some direction that you choose and the phone will unlock. It has, I think it needs to be 4 steps. What else? You have a fingerprint sensor, works 100% of the time. It's a really good fingerprint sensor. I like that. I'm used to fingerprint sensors on the back, so that was really good for me. For the cameras on the back, you have 3 cameras. So you got telephoto, wide, and ultra wide camera with a flash there. So the cameras are wide and telephoto are 12 megapixels, while the ultra wide one is 13 megapixels. You get 4K video at 60 fps, and on selfie camera you get 1080p at 60 fps video. So I would say overall review of the cameras is that they are decent. They are not really good. They are not flagship grade. They are not bad. They are decent. So the back cameras produce some really nice shots in normal light and in bright conditions. In the low light, the pictures are, I know, average. Low light, it's not really good. Night mode is I don't know. I don't like the night mode. It's nothing special. Front camera, the selfie camera is my biggest for me is the biggest flaw with this phone. So selfie camera 8 megapixels. In bright conditions, like during the day, you can have some decent, I don't know, good photos. But in the low light and in the in the night, you the selfies are really bad. Like I'm gonna show you the photos from the main camera and from the main cameras and from the selfie camera and some videos at the end of this video, so you can check them out. But yeah, the selfie camera is just a no go for this phone. Uh, Other things like stereo speakers, it's got stereo speakers. One speaker is at the top. It's really loud on the both of them. In the settings, you can find the sound settings, and there's quite a few of them. You have sound profile, volume, ringtone ID. The phone lets you create a unique ringtone for each call based on the phone number that's calling you. So you can have a different ringtone for your girlfriend, for your parents, for your friends, and everything. It's got a ring with vibration, flash alert for incoming calls, so your flash blinks when when someone's calling you. Notification sound, do not disturb, sound quality and effects. So here you can change the volume, normalize volume, automatically adjust media to play at same volume. You have equalizer, that's pretty good. All of the options, vocal booster, treble booster, bass booster. You got DTS X 3D surround, so you can listen in immersive 3D sound balance in the selected direction. You can select side to side, you can select front, so that's this speaker only, and you can select wide. And that the wide one is the favorite for me because it gives you like the feeling that the sound is in the whole room. So I'm gonna leave that on for now. What else? Vibration, dialing, keypad, touch sound, screen lock sound, and that. For the general settings, there's also like here is the lock screen security, fingerprints, face unlock, hand ID. You can set all that. As I said, face ID is really good. Apps and notifications, battery. For the battery, you can see your battery usage here. You can show battery percentage in the notification panel. Optimize charging, automatically adjust charging speed according to how you charge to reduce heat and extend lifespan of battery. This option is, I guess it helps your battery, but if you leave this on and you are, I don't know, still on the phone while the phone is charging, it will charge really slow. So and usually when I was on my phone and the phone was empty and the battery was empty, I would just leave that off so it would charge faster and heat a little more. So, but overall for lifespan of battery, that's not good. You have adaptive battery, background restrictions, battery saver, power saving exclusions, and that's pretty much it. The battery is 3550 milliamp hours. It's non-removable, and as for the battery, I would get around 6 hours of screen on time using mobile data on a 4G network. I would usually check my Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, shoot some videos, some photos, the usual stuff. Maybe play some games like PUBG Mobile or Brawl Stars, and I would get around 6 hours. I would say like lowest I would get if I would play a lot of games is 5 hours. But on the Wi-Fi connection, there's a big difference. You get from 7 to 10, sometimes even 12 hours if I'm not playing games. So screen on time on this phone is really great. On this phone is really great.
As for the price of this phone, the price goes from 300 to 400 euros. The price basically changes every week. A few weeks ago, I even saw it on Amazon, on the German Amazon, to for around 320 euros, as I remember. The white version. This is the green blue version. I think it's called Moroccan blue. I turned on the mini view. Yeah, this is the option for one hand use. I don't know how I turn that off. Turn that on. Turned off. Just click X here. So the phone, I would recommend this phone for people who like to use the do the usual stuff on your phone and also like to game. This phone is great for gaming. It's got full HD OLED display, a big display, a bright display indoors. It's got really fast processor, Snapdragon 855, great GPU. It's got stereo speakers. What else? The battery is great for gaming. As for the comparison with the LG G8, without the S in the name, G8 is not. I wouldn't call it a gaming phone because that's the flagship phone they got. It has similar pricing, but it's a lot smaller, a lot lighter. It's got better display, I would say, but the one that uses more battery. It's got Quad HD. This one's got Full HD. It has a better platform, Android 10 with LG UX 9.0. Better cameras, I would say. It's got better ultra wide camera, but doesn't have a telephoto. Doesn't have stereo speakers, but has faster charging. So LG G8 and G8s are pretty much the same phones, balanced in their differences. So if you have option to buy either one of them, the LG G8s isn't the wrong choice by anything.